not fast enough. I don't have what it takes.
I ride for my dream. Pray and hope they when they sing. Cause I clear the whole scene. Why you hating on me?
What's up, y'all, man? We back. Another episode. This not really gonna be an activity episode. This more so because I'm headed to work right now, and I felt like this was a good kind of topic in terms of like just getting back from always, being sports minded to being in the corporate world, and I had a real hard time doing that because I'm in a good position, a good job like that, but I get imposter syndrome. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not supposed to be here, but that's going to be the topic of today. I feel like this is good for athletes, in high school and college to understand this when they transition out of sports, or for the ones who transition out of it don't really have nobody to talk to who also feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna interview my boy. He's another athlete who transitioned into the corporate world like myself. Um, so we're gonna get his perspective. We're gonna just talk about this because I feel like this is a good topic at hand for those who just feel like they don't belong. But in the end of the day, you really do belong. That mindset from athletics carries over to the mindset in the work field. So stay tuned. What's up, y'all? We back with another part of the installment of my series of Life After Football. But we have an athlete here, Darien Johnson, who was my high school quarterback, threw a lot of interceptions. Let y'all know that right now. He threw a lot of interceptions. Okay, he ran the ball way too much. We really didn't want him back quarterback. Also a track athlete, my track teammate in high school, track teammate in college, my roommate in college, roommate in Atlanta. At one point, it's just I knew him for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So let's give it up for Darien Johnson, everybody. Hey. So first of all, we're gonna talk about this. Your experience as an athlete. Tell them what you've done as an athlete.
As you see, was a high school quarterback, was also a short sprinter, 100 meter, 200 meter for the best high school in the land. Moved over to Division I school at the University of Buffalo there as a sprinter as well, running the 60, the 100 meter, 200 meter. Some accolades there was the fastest person to ever touch, University of Buffalo soil. I got the 60 meter record, second or third all time in the 100. Got the 4x100 meter record, 4x200 meter record, sprint medley record. We got a couple records over there, NCAA qualifier, and then eventually went professional, where I really didn't have the best career, but got a ton of experiences, running at one of the hottest indoor track meets and most legendary indoor track meets ever, the Melrose game. Got to run the 100 professionally at one of the hottest and longest track meets again, pin relays. Got to run in a couple different countries. So yeah, I mean, that was experience right there.
He also ran a 9.93 in the bitch ass nigga games.
So what's up?
My bad. I didn't mean to do that. But
stay right here.
My bad. So that was uncalled for. But okay, so look, topic at hand is imposter syndrome, right? So when you finally, well, let me just break it down. We come from the same city. Obviously, we was with the same school. Come from the same area. He grew up around the corner from me. And, a lot of the people who come from our neighborhoods, or even was our teammates or went to school with, it's not a lot of them at where we're at right now, right? So we had a lot of big moments in sports. Obviously I played football, y'all know, overseas, arena, professional leagues, professional track at one point, and now we're in the corporate world. So it's like, for me, I would say I'm used to so much praise. I'm used to getting all that praise from a sport and like getting good job, congrats, et cetera, et cetera. But now that I'm in the corporate world where it's not a lot of us in there and hearing that, it's kind of made me feel like, am I doing a good job? Because I'm not really used to this world. I'm not used to these type of corporate people praising me, and I feel like I'm not probably doing a good job, but they say I am. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel? What was your first take on when you entered the corporate world?
Um, Honestly, I entered it probably around COVID, and around COVID was the time where I kind of experienced like, in track, I'm used to people, I kind of thrive off of people calling me, a B word, or, let me stop running so slow, or, real tough constructive criticism is kind of what I kind of thrived off of. So, but I also had people praise, give me love, show love whenever I had, the accomplishments and did what I need to do. So entering the corporate world, I think it was just weird because they don't really praise you as much. It's kind of like you're supposed to be doing this. And but I think I kind of learned just from looking at people from my town or other people around. Like people get. That's when I realized people get praised off of shit they're really supposed to do. So I mean, it was just tough kind of receiving that type of stuff. But yeah, no, it was just a little difficult kind of the transition from being an athlete, getting that criticism and getting that praise to the corporate praise is much different.
Now I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Just talk about the type of individuals you meet in this world, right? As an athlete, you get everybody from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Different backgrounds. Whether it's high school, college, professional. If you're athletic, you're athletic, right? You know what I'm saying? But in this world, this kind of world we're in, obviously there's smart people from all neck of the woods, but you don't really see that. Like for example, at our high school, right, we had people from different gangs on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some of them are athletic. In college, you'll get the same thing. Professional, you'll get the same thing. In the corporate world, it might be somebody there. You know what I'm saying? But you really see a lot of traditional background, good home, college, regular type of people. And coming from our environment, did that play a role or affect you in any way?
I mean, confidently, yeah, because I feel like everybody that I met, were born with money, born with a silver spoon. Their plan in life was mapped out. I feel like our plan, we just where we grew up at, we always just wanted to go professional. That was like number one thing. I don't think that was in their mind or in their parents' plan or in their grandparents' plan. No, everything was like passed down and kind of written in stone for them. I feel like for us, we kind of had to work all the way up, and you started the corporate world later than me. So with me being at a senior level right now, I feel like I had to work harder than somebody who went to UGA and grew up, going to a private all men's school or women's school. I feel like I had to work 10 times harder to get here. So definitely.
Okay. Okay. No, I get that. And I really just wanted to have this small conversation because whenever I come onto my campus of my job, I just laugh. I'd be like, am I really supposed to be here? Like, cause you get on social media, you see the people back home and they're not really
Not doing nothing.
doing nothing, right? So I'm like, but these are the people I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? These are the people I've always been around. I go home, these are my friends. You know what I'm saying? These are like my close friends or associates, but this is the world I'm in. So it's kind of hard to be like, as an athlete, that kind of keeps y'all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they understand sports. They understand, they watch TV or they see you playing sports. But now that you transition to, a bigger world and, you see them complaining about jobs and stuff like this. And you're like, oh, well, if you do this a certain way, you can get this kind of job. You know what I'm saying? So, and that transition or not transition, that correlation of what y'all know kind of goes away because the athlete of y'all put y'all together. But now the work part of it to where it separates it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I really wanted to have this conversation because it's going to be a lot of athletes after us, obviously, who's going to go through this, who may not make it to the NFL or be the highest in the track world, and now have to transition over to the work world where it's going to be brand new for them. This is like a second life.
Yeah, it's definitely a second life. And the biggest thing to even prepare is kind of, it sucks, but you got to have a plan B. You have to have your plan B, or you're going to come out the athletic world, whether you go D1, D2, D3, or even professional. You're going to leave there not knowing who you are, not knowing what you want to do, and then now you're lost, and
Yep.
you're going down this rabbit hole.
Yep. And listen, that rabbit hole. When I finally realized I was done with sports, I was like, dang, like now what? But that's why it's always good to network and have, like, I was blessed to have, Darien next to me because he got me into the world I'm in now. But at the same time, it's others who you might try to, help, and it won't be the same way. So it's all about, like you said, have that plan B, have that mental mind state of this is going to end at some point. Whether you made millions of dollars or you didn't get to that millions of dollars point of your athletic career, at some point it's going to end, and you got to realize there's more to you than just who you are. Because we've been athletes our whole life. We've been known to just be athletes. Now we're walking in, they're saying, they're calling you Mister because it's just the corporate world.
You're walking into a place where you're just a number now.
You're just a number. And, they need you to get the work done. And I had our SVP who said, you work hard. I can tell you're curious. You like to learn. And I'm like, anybody ever tell me a day in my life? You know what I'm saying? People only tell me good job because I scored a touchdown or I caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? I caught the ball.
You don't catch balls too often, y'all. All right, no diddy.
That was crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm only used to that. Like, you scored a touchdown or you're looking fast. Not, we needed that by the deadline. You got that in 2 days early. And I can tell, you're going the extra mile. And I'm like, am I really doing this? I feel like I'm just working. But I guess
normal work. But that's because as an athlete, you work 20 times harder.
Yeah.
And you bring that mindset to the corporate world, and it's easy work because you already have the mentality to do it.
No, so that's for sure. So just wanted to sit here. Thank you, man, for sitting here, taking the time out. We actually got to get back to work. I'm on my job campus right now.
I'm at my job campus right now.
Yeah, we actually working, so we had to get this done. So they don't, fire me. Fire him.
Definitely gonna fire me, all right?
Yeah, he quick to get fired. He quick. They'll get rid of him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he don't get fired.
I don't get fired. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I wear do-rags and chains to work, and they just look at me like, cool. But
I still got the do-rag and chain on.
I keep it on. But appreciate y'all, man. We're supposed to do activities. We're supposed to do hills today, but you know what I'm saying? I told you he ran 9.93 in the bitch ass nigga Olympics. So we're gonna do an activity next time. But this was a conversation strictly for the athletes who transition over, who are gonna transition over at some point. Needed y'all to hear this. So we're gonna holler at y'all.